What's up, everyone? Corey Parks here with HydroHelp911. Wanted to take y'all through a walkthrough of a project from beginning to end and just kind of tell the story of what this homeowner called us for originally, what they were experiencing, how we handled it, what we concluded, and the final piece was actually doing the work. So this is a job in Huntersville, North Carolina that we finished. We got called. I can't remember if it was by the realtor or by the buyer. It was it was the buyer of the realtor or the buyer. They called us. They wanted us to come out. They were buying this home. They knew there was cracking drywall. They knew there was other issues. Some of it had come up on a home inspection. Some of it they just knew didn't seem right. So they wanted us to come out and do an inspection. So just going to walk through some of these photos so y'all can see it. See here you can see that our system designer made some notations. Floor and wall is sloping downwards here. Actual wall ends here and is unsupported, basically saying under this it's unsupported. Basement wall, so it looks like there's maybe a 2-foot gap from where the basement wall underneath ends and then this ends. So that would explain a lot of that supporting or unsupported area. And you can actually see it in this picture. Kind of hard to tell, but with that reflection there, you can see it a little bit. Here our system designer is setting up his laser. And you can see roughly, I'd say roughly 2 to 3 inches there. Or actually, he takes a picture of it, so just about 3 1/4 inches. And you can see throughout the room, here we are at about 4 1/2. 4 1/2 again, about 5 1/4, 5 1/2. 4 1/4. So we utilize lasers to be able to tell what the floor is doing, and this is a good representation. Wow, that's almost 6 inches. So this is a good representation of how we inspect homes and the level of detail that we go to, and we want to make sure that the homeowners see this as well. We want full transparency, and at the end of the day, we'll do as much or as little as they're looking to do. Get down in the basement. Looks actually a pretty clean basement from what I can tell. Setting up the laser here. You can actually see a little bit of slight cracking right there. Looks like it's dropping down. There's some more cracking, I believe, here if you follow that line. And these are all just signs of settlement. And some people may say, well, hey, all houses are going to settle. And that is the case most of the time. But the problem is when it's differential settlement. That's when it really becomes a problem. You can see here a lot of room in this crawl space, but you can see all the water flowing down through here. Water and crawl spaces, if you've watched any of our videos, they do not mix. Soil saturated, no moisture barrier, debris in the crawl space. You can see this girder is not supported. That pier should actually be moved over to right there. So basically just a lot of notations here. We'll kind of skim through here. The insulation's installed upside down. That paper backing should be the other way. This is a really good picture to see the color differences of what's wet and what's not. You can see how close the footing of this pier is to this drop off here, so that he's calling that out. Again, insulation upside down. You can see mold and fungal growth. Looks this isn't the most severe case I've seen, but this is definitely more than just your average mold, which was a concern of theirs, one thing that they wanted us to take care of for them. And so we'll just browse through these photos here. You can kind of see, so water's getting in. Obviously you can see the water line that we're calling out in this picture. So here's a drawing that we put together. We do that on all projects. You can see here we're starting our work. building some piers. We've got the footings poured, we're gonna build them. We make sure that if they're a certain height that we fill those piers. So here's a picture showing that we filled those piers with concrete. That's per North Carolina building code. South Carolina also requires it as well. Here's our I-beams with our jacks, making sure that we attach the jacks to the I-beam. That's an important part that most people forget. Metal shims, you can see we're using metal shims, that's important. Here's our discharge line. Looks like we installed a sump pump. Here's our drainage system to take care of that standing water. And here we are starting the encapsulation process. This is a really good looking crawl space. Got our workhorse there. That's our April air dehumidifier. Of course, we gotta have our logo put on it. We want people to know who's doing the work. This sump pump looks really clean. You can see the discharge line coming in. You can see the electrical lines going under the moisture barrier, so you can't even see those. That looks really clean. That was a great job by our team. And this is a great looking crawl space. It's almost tall enough to be a basement, but the guys really did a good job on this. This is our duct kit to make sure that we're circulating that dry air from the dehumidifier. And this is something that this homeowner is going to be happy for a while. It's something that we're going to have under warranty. As long as they're on our annual maintenance plan, where we can make sure our equipment's getting maintained and cleaned and taken care of. But here we are again, just a walkthrough of a project. If you have any questions on this, why we did certain things, you know, what certain things are, feel free to reach out to us. You can send us a message on any of our social media accounts. You can comment on this. We'll get this put up on YouTube. You can comment on it. We get those notifications. You can call us, email us, smoke signals, however you need to get a hold of us. There's many ways, but you can get a hold of us. So let us know if you have any questions, and until next time, y'all have a good one.